All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Julia Marker, and I'm here to teach you about the Boolean method. You may hear it called the Boolean search or technique as well. It is named after George Boole, and it's to really help researchers broaden their research when they're looking for sources. So, right here we have the University of South Carolina and their university libraries. So we will go to Find It at USC, and this is where we search for anything that the university offers us in terms of research journals, databases. So in order to give you a concrete example, let's walk through one together. So I am going to type anorexia. We will search, and we will see that we can filter by availability, creation date, resource type, all of these things. We have a different video on what a peer-reviewed journal is. If you see here, this kind of searches everything, but you can also filter here by what USC has, what can be delivered to USC if you request it, by Pascal Delivers. For that, you need to be signed in, and then it can be delivered to the library from Coastal Carolina University. And it's just a consortia that really widens access for all of our students and staff and faculty. There's also course reserves. So with this search term, we have almost 350,000 results. That can be a lot for a researcher, for a student. It's very overwhelming. I'm sure a lot of this is not very relevant to a paper or assignment or research that I'm interested in. So if we go to advanced search, we have more options. So this is the same filter as we saw before up here. And the simple search is automated to any field containing this keyword, as you see right here. You can also do exact phrase or starts with. So exact phrase would be the same thing as using quotation marks in a non-indexed database, such as Google Scholar. What you can also do to narrow down results and to find things that are more relevant to what your thesis or topic question is by going right here. This is where the magic happens. We have our and, or not. And you will usually see these capitalized. So, and kind of combines two concepts together. So if I type in adolescence with contains, and we'll do any field as well. Any field means anything. It could be in the title, it can be in the author, it can be a subject heading tag, it can be anything. So we'll go ahead and search. And now we're down to a little under 85,000 results. Okay? So, and you can continuously add more lines. So if I wanted to add or, that would be in the case of connecting two or more concepts. So that usually they're similar. So if I wanted to add in teenagers, because it's similar to adolescence, but if I'm looking for more research and more sources, these two words are similar enough, and I could find more sources if they use the word teenagers. So if I click search, now we have 2.5 million. Okay, so you see teenagers with ADD and ADHD. So this broadens it. So now we become not so very relevant, but it really depends on what you're looking for. I have another example. You could do what was best described to me as how important keyword searching is. You're going to get different resources if you type in marijuana. You're going to get versus cannabis versus the slang term weed. You are going to get different sources depending on which term you use. One's obviously more professional, one's more slang. That's why it's so important to consider your search terms. Now, if we look at not will also narrow down your results like and does. So if I type in not bulimia, okay, this will negate any source that uses that term within it, okay? So if we search that, we get 2.5 million, and before we had about 85,000, and now we're down to 50,000, okay? So the reason why this is important is it can help you find more resources. It can decrease kind of the sheer results that we can see, because it will take hours and hours for people to search through all of these and see if it's usable for them. It may not be. If anyone has any questions, there are more search terms. We do have more educational videos on how to search for sources. There's also an advanced kind of Boolean method where we will talk about nesting and truncation. Nesting is using parentheses, and truncation is using an asterisk. If you have any questions, please email me or book a librarian, and I will be available to you. Thank you so much for listening.